husband and a wife who had 2 children, a son and a daughter. The wife died, and the husband married a woman who had a daughter that was blind of one eye. The husband was a farmer and went to work in a field. The stepmother hated her husband's children, and to get rid of them, she baked some bread and sent it by them to her husband, but directed them in the wrong field, so that they might get lost. When the children reached the mountain, they began to call their father, but no one answered. Now the girl was enchanted, and when they came to a spring and the brother wanted to drink, she said, "Don't drink of the fountain or you will become an ass." Afterwards, they found another spring, and the brother wanted to drink, but the sister said to him, "Do not drink or you will become a calf." However, the boy would drink, and he became a calf with golden horns. They continued their journey and came to a seashore, where there was a handsome villa belonging to the prince. When the prince saw the young girl and beheld how beautiful she was, he married her, and afterwards asked her what there was about the little calves, and she replied, I'm fond of him because I have brought him up." Let us now return to the father, who from the great grief he had on account of his children's disappearance, had gone out to divert himself, and wandered away gathering fennel. He arrived at last to the villa where his daughter was, and who had married the king. His daughter looked out of the window and said to him, "Come up, friend." The daughter had recognized him, and asked, "Friend, do you not know me?" "No, I do not recognize you." Then she said, "I am your daughter, who you believed lost." She threw herself at his feet and said, "Pardon me, dear father, I came by chance to this villa, and the king's son was here and married me."
The father was greatly consoled at finding his daughter so well married. "Now, my father," she said, "empty the sack of fennel, for I will fill it with gold for you." And then she begged him to bring his wife and the daughter, who was blind of one eye. The father returned home with his bag full of money, and the wife asked in terror, "Who gave you this money?" He answered, "Oh, wife, do you know what I found my daughter? And she is the king's wife, filled this bag with money." She, instead of being happy, was angry, hearing that the stepmother was still alive. However, she said to her husband, "I will go and take my daughter." So they went, the husband, the wife, and the blind daughter, and came to the husband's daughter, who received her stepmother very kindly. But the latter, seeing that the king was away, and that her stepdaughter was alone, seeing her, and threw her from the window into the sea. And what did she do then? She took the blind daughter and dressed her in the other's clothes, and said to her, "When the king comes and finds you here weeping, say to him, 'The little calf has blinded me with one horn, and now I only have one eye.'" Then the stepmother returned to her own house. The king came and found her daughter in the bed weeping, and said to her, "Why are you weeping?" "The little calf struck me with his horn and put out one of my eyes." The king cried at once, "Go call the butcher to kill the calf." Then the calf heard that he was going to be killed. He went out to the balcony and called to his sister in the sea, "Oh, sister, for me the water is heated, and the knives are sharpened." The sister replied from the sea, "Oh, brother, I cannot help you. I am in the dogfish's mouth." Then the king heard the calf utter these words. He looked out of the window, and when he saw his wife in the sea, he summoned 2 sailors, and had take them out and bring her up and restored her. Then he took the blind girl and killed her, and cut her in pieces and salted her like a tummy fish, and sent her to her mother. Then her husband found out he had left her, and went to live with his daughter.